the Al Saud Dynasty, the $1.4 trillion family that rules Saudi Arabia. What if you could buy a $500 million yacht during lunch, decide where the next World Cup happens over dinner, and still have enough left to build an entire futuristic megacity just to see if it works? Well, for the Al Saud Dynasty, that's not a fantasy. In this video, let's know about the power and wealth of the Al Saud Dynasty ruling over Saudi Arabia. While most of us dream in millions and billionaires flex their jets on Instagram, the Al Saud family lives in a universe beyond imagination. With a combined net worth of $1.4 trillion, they make British royalty look broke. The Saudi royal family didn't just inherit oil, they engineered an empire around it. Their crown jewel? Saudi Aramco, the world's most profitable company, is pumping black gold and bankrolling a dynasty. King Salman and his son, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, sit atop this mountain of wealth, ruling not just a country, but an energy empire that entire economies orbit around. Their real estate portfolio includes palaces worth billions, scattered across Europe and the Gulf like vacation cottages. Their air fleet, over 9 private jets, including a gold-trimmed Boeing 747 worth $500 million. And their sea collection? Let's just say they bought the Serene super yacht for $500 million, and that was before dessert. Inside that yacht, a snow room, an underwater viewing chamber, helicopter pads, and allegedly Da Vinci's Salvator Mundi painting purchased for $450 million. Casual, and when they are not collecting billion-dollar assets, they are building cities from scratch, like Neom, a $500 billion sci-fi utopia featuring robot dinosaurs, flying taxis, and a 170-kilometer mirrored megastructure known as the Line. And yes, the dynasty is not a family. It's a corporate superpower with over 7,000 royal members, most of whom receive monthly stipends based on how close they are to the throne. A setup that makes your rich uncle's birthday gift look positively insulting. But it wasn't always gold thrones and oil pipelines. The Al Saud family traces back to the Najd region in Central Arabia, a desert no one cared about, until they turned it into a launching pad for power. Their rise began in 1744, when Muhammad ibn Saud formed a pact with religious reformer Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, fusing sword and sermon to build the first Saudi state. They conquered tribes, seized territory, and even took Mecca and Medina, rattling the Ottoman Empire. That empire struck back, crushed their capital, and publicly beheaded their ruler. The Al Saud family, exiled, defeated, forgotten. In 1902, a young Saudi prince named Abdulaziz ibn Saud pulled off the unthinkable. With just 40 men, he retook Riyadh in a daring night raid. And from there, he began rebuilding the Saudi Empire. For decades, he conquered, married, negotiated, and united tribes under one banner. By 1932, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was officially born, named after his family. At first, they were broke. The economy ran on pilgrim taxes and camel meat. But everything changed in 1938, when oil was discovered in Dammam. From that moment on, Saudi Arabia stopped being a desert kingdom and became an energy superpower. In 1945, King Abdulaziz met President Franklin D. Roosevelt aboard a U.S. warship. That handshake sealed a decades-long deal, American military protection in exchange for Saudi oil. And from there, the Al Saud fortune exploded. The oil boom transformed Bedouins into billionaires. Entire cities were built. Princes became ministers. Palaces replaced tents. Private jets replaced camels. By the 1970s, oil prices quadrupled, and the House of Saud became the ruling shareholder of the global economy. Meanwhile, the royal family expanded, not just in power, but in size. Over 7,000 princes and princesses, each living lives of luxury, managing vast businesses, or just collecting massive stipends for having the right last name. Later, when King Salman took power in 2015 and appointed his son, Mohammed bin Salman, as crown prince, everything changed. MBS launched Vision 2030, a radical plan to transform Saudi Arabia from an oil-reliant theocracy into a modern economy. He allowed women to drive, opened cinemas, built entertainment zones, and slashed the powers of religious police. But he also consolidated power like no Saudi before him. In 2017, he launched a so-called anti-corruption crackdown, locking up dozens of royals and billionaires in the Ritz-Carlton, demanding billions in assets in exchange for release. The West applauded his reforms until the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi shocked the world. Critics called him a dictator in disguise, but investments kept pouring in. Why? Because money talks, and MBS speaks the language fluently. Today, the Al Saud family has done what no other royal house has. That is, naming a country after themselves, amassed $1.4 trillion in assets, and turned their bloodline into the most valuable brand on earth. Here's a quick question. Is the Al Saud family a symbol of strategic brilliance and modern power, or a dynasty hoarding wealth while silencing critics?